The sun was setting over the bustling city of Nofia, casting long shadows across the streets. 7 months pregnant, Ada had been away on a business trip for the past week. She was eager to return home to her husband Chike and share the joy of their unborn child. Ada inserted her key into the lock and opened the door to their home, greeted by an eerie silence. She called out, "Chike, I'm home!" But there was no response. Puzzled, she walked through the hallway and into the living room, where she froze in her tracks. There, on the couch, was Chike, entwined in the arms of another woman. "Chike, how could you?" she cried, her voice trembling. Chike jumped up, his face a mask of guilt and panic. "Ada, I can explain," he stammered, but Ada was beyond listening. Ada's stomach pain was unbearable as she clutched her belly and gasped, "The baby! I need to get to the hospital." Chike, his guilt momentarily overshadowed by concern, rushed to Ada's side and helped her to the car. They sped to the hospital, the tension in the car thick enough to cut with a knife. Upon arrival, the doctors quickly assessed Ada's condition. "She's going into premature labor," one of them announced. The delivery room was a whirlwind of activity as Ada's screams echoed through the sterile halls. After what felt like an eternity, the baby's cries pierced the air. It was a boy, but he was critically ill. The baby was in desperate need of a blood transfusion. Ada, exhausted and weak, couldn't donate blood. Chike, despite the betrayal, stepped forward without hesitation. "I'll do it," he said, his voice firm. The doctors drew his blood and prepared for the transfusion, but moments later, they returned with grave expressions. "Mr. Chike, there's a problem," the doctor began. "Your blood type doesn't match the baby's. You can't be the biological father." The room fell silent. Chike's mind raced as he tried to process the revelation. His anger and confusion were palpable. "What do you mean? There must be a mistake," he shouted, but deep down, he knew the truth. The echo of his voice lingered, as he felt the weight of betrayal settling in. He sank back into the chair, his mind a storm of questions and doubts. The doctor, understanding the gravity of the moment, quietly left the room to give Chike some space. As the door clicked shut, Chike knew his life would never be the same again. The truth hung heavy in the air. Ada, tears streaming down her face, whispered, "Chike, I'm so sorry." The weight of her betrayal hit him like a ton of bricks. Consumed by anger and hurt, Chike stormed out of the hospital. In a state of panic, Ada secretly called her lover, Emeka. Emeka, the biological father, arrived at the hospital under the cover of night. He donated the much-needed blood and left without saying a word. Despite his immense pain, Chike couldn't abandon Ada and the innocent child. Driven by his enduring love and sense of responsibility, he returned to the hospital. He stayed by Ada's side, ensuring everything was fine until they all returned home. But once Ada regained her strength, Chike filed for divorce. Ada was livid as she watched Emeka's retreating figure. This was never her plan. She had plotted every detail, envisioning a new life funded by Chike's wealth. Hiring a woman to seduce Chike had been the linchpin of her scheme. But as Emeka's promises dissolved into thin air, Ada was left with nothing. The baby in her arms demanded attention, his cries punctuating her regret. She had lost Emeka's love, Chike's wealth, and her own peace of mind. Now she stared out of the window, now pondering the crumbling remains of her life. Penniless and filled with regret, Ada realized her mistakes were irreparable. Her future was uncertain, but the lessons she learned would haunt her forever. Ada, broke and abandoned, stared at the empty fridge. Making ends meet had become her daily struggle. One rainy evening, Chike knocked on her door, offering help regardless of her betrayal. Ada was shocked by Chike's offer to help raise the baby, feeling a mix of regret and relief. "Why?" Ada asked, tears in her eyes. "Because the baby is innocent," Chike replied softly. Days turned into weeks, and slowly, Chike became a steady presence in their lives, helping with the baby. Ada started looking for work, inspired by Chike's dedication to provide a better life for the baby. One night, Ada confessed everything to Chike, expecting his anger, but finding only empathy. Chike forgave Ada, seeing her genuine remorse, and they decided to co-parent the baby, committing to a new start. Ada, humbled by Chike's kindness, accepted his help. They worked out a co-parenting arrangement, ensuring the child had the best of both worlds. Over time, Ada began to rebuild her life. She found a job, moved into a modest apartment, and focused on being the best mother she could be. Chike, too, found a sense of peace. He realized that holding on to anger would only poison his soul. He forgave Ada. Chike later got married and had 4 kids, 2 boys and 2 girls.